Hi, welcome back to Annie Can Paint. Today we are going to be working on this project we have in front of us here. And this is a white fake wood cabinet. And I'll be showing you today some of the first steps we're gonna take to get this ready and get it painted with Waverly chalk paint. So the supplies you're gonna need today are a chalk paint brush, some painter's tape, a water bottle spritzer, and a glass of water to put your paintbrush in when you're done working. And the paint we're going to use today is Waverly chalk paint. And this color is called lavender. So prior to getting started, I washed this off with Dawn dishwashing soap, just a light mix of Dawn and water, and I cleaned it all off. And also, I placed these papers down by the feet so that I don't get paint on my drop cloth. So the first thing that we're going to do with this project is tape it off. And the only reason I need to tape this off is because I'm doing a two-tone color. So I'm doing a lavender on this side and a different color on this side, and I don't want it to bleed over the edge at all. And I've done it before without tape, and you have to be really careful if you do that, but it doesn't really work good for me. So I'm gonna tape it. Takes just a second. So I'm just gonna run it down all the way to the bottom. And I'm just gonna create a little barrier here between these two sides. And I just need a little piece down here. And you just want to make sure it's really sealed. So then when I'm painting along here, it goes right along the edge and I don't get any bleed over into the other side. I'm actually going to do that on this side too, because I just like my pieces to be really clean, and I can paint a lot faster when I tape it off, as opposed to not taping it off and having to be really careful about the brush bleeding over and the paint bleeding over. Okay, so one of the cool things about chalk painting over these fake wood furniture pieces is that because they have this coating on them, the chalk paint you can make it get streaky, and so it gives you an instant two-tone effect. And so that's what we're going to be I'm going to be showing how to do today, is this two-tone effect that you'll get after you put on the paint. It'll be nice and streaky. And so I always like to use what the piece has to offer, as opposed to like laying on a pink and then doing a lavender and having the pink show through. I'd rather just let the white show through. And it looks really cute. Always, white is a great color if you're doing any furniture piece or anything chalk paint. So what we're going to start with is our chalk paint brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spritz that with some water. And just to get it wet, and I'm going to work it in. I have it down here on a towel. And I'm going to work it in and get it wet. And next, I'm going to shake up my paint. And I always like to lay my paint upside down to get the paint moving, and I'm gonna go grab another glass. So a lot of times, if it's really dry out, I will pour my paint right out of the container and right onto my paintbrush because chalk paint is very dry, and that's why you have your spritzer. But it's very kind of humid today, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of this into a glass container. And I don't need very much. In fact, that's probably too much. So just work that into my brush. Oh, and you know what? I gotta tape off the top of this too. Okay. Just gonna work that into the edge. Because I have my tape, I don't have to worry about it seeping through. If your chalk paint starts to get dry, you'll use your water spritzer. So this is going on pretty well, and I can already see the streaks starting and the white showing through. So you just want to work the paint down so it gets some of those white streaks. And I'll show you what some of those look like. You can see how the coarseness of the brush, if you just draw it down, creates a white streak with the white melamine showing through the paint. So it's a great way to get a two-tone look with only doing one coat of paint. So I'm just drying the paint down so it creates those white streaks. A little fuzz glue on there. I am gonna paint the inside of this. You can go either direction to get your white lines. And I'm just gonna go over it here at the end to finalize it. And it looks really good. I'll take it up nice and close so you can see those white lines. And so those lines will remain when it dries. And like I said, it's a great way to get this two-tone look. That lavender looks awesome on there. We will be putting a stencil on here later, so you can tune in for that. So now I need to do the other side, which is also going to be lavender. So I'm going to turn this. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start with taping it off. Okay, so I'm just making sure that's really sealed. And because we have been, I've been taping and doing stuff, I'm gonna just spray a little spritz of water into my brush and my paint. I'm drawing this down to get those nice white streaks to come through. You can see the chalk paint goes really far. It has great coverage. So So we'll only be doing one coat of this, which is really nice. So I'm just finalizing those white streaks. Oop, chunk is in. I'm almost out of paint in my jar here, so I'm just stretching it. I'm spraying a little water in it. All right, I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. Show you up close. You can see the white streaks coming through from the fake wood in the background through the lavender, which allows you to create a two-tone look, distressed look, by just using one coat of chalk paint. So it's a really, really great way to redo one of these fake white wood pieces. So thank you for tuning in, and tune in again soon. I'll be doing more work on the piece, and we'll be applying a stencil here, and we'll be using a different Waverly chalk paint color. So tune in for that later. Thanks. Bye.